They're empathetic. They know exactly what you want to hear, and yet behind that smile lies a predator. A dark empath doesn't manipulate with brute force or narcissistic ego. They do it with precision, charm, and psychological mastery. The scariest part, you won't even know they're doing it until it's too late. In this video, we'll expose the chilling truths behind the dark empath. By the end, you'll know how to spot one in just 5 seconds and protect yourself from the most dangerous manipulator in the room. Who is the Dark Empath? Dark Empaths are people who possess high emotional intelligence, but use it for manipulation instead of healing. Unlike the traditional empath, who feels your pain to help, the Dark Empath feels your pain to control you. Psychologists say they combine traits from the dark triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, with a high level of effective empathy. That means they understand and can feel emotions, but lack true compassion. Imagine someone who knows exactly how to make you feel special, only to use that connection against you. They don't need to raise their voice or act aggressively. Their weapon is your trust. In workplaces, relationships, or friendships, a dark empath often appears helpful, kind, or even heroic. They'll do small favors, offer emotional support, or listen attentively. But this is calculated. They're building emotional debt, so when the time comes, you'll hesitate to say no to them. Dark empath versus narcissist. Key differences. Narcissists are easier to spot. They constantly seek attention, belittle others, and their manipulation is more obvious. Dark empaths, on the other hand, play the long game. They appear caring, supportive, and emotionally available. They listen to you. They mirror your emotions. They make you feel understood. But underneath, they're collecting data, figuring out how to control you more effectively. Key differences. Narcissists use dominance. Dark empaths use connection. Narcissists lack empathy. Dark empaths weaponize it. Narcissists want admiration. Dark empaths want control. Imagine this. A narcissist might brag about their achievements in a group, needing validation. A dark empath, meanwhile, compliments others, listens attentively, and quietly manipulates group dynamics to isolate or weaken a target without being noticed. They're the ones who seem like a great friend, while orchestrating chaos behind the scenes. 6. Signs you've met a dark empath. So, how can you identify them in 5 seconds? Let's break down the 6 red flags. And remember, you won't notice all of them at once, but even one should trigger your awareness. 1. They mirror you too perfectly. They match your energy, your tone, your body language. It feels like they get you instantly, but that's the trick. They're not connecting. They're reflecting you to build false intimacy. 2. They use empathy to control conversations. They always understand your point of view. They validate your feelings, but slowly steer the conversation toward guilt, obligation, or loyalty. You walk away feeling like you owe them. 3. Subtle guilt tripping. They don't demand. They don't yell. Instead, they say things like, "I thought you cared about me," or "I guess I was wrong about you." These statements sting because they're wrapped in disappointment, not anger. 4. They play the victim masterfully. They're always the misunderstood one. They tell stories of being betrayed, underappreciated, or targeted. This garners your sympathy and lowers your defenses. 5. Passive-aggressive manipulation. They use silence, sarcasm, or indirect jabs. You feel the tension, but when you confront them, they gaslight you with, "You're being too sensitive." 6. Charm with a hidden agenda. They're magnetic in social situations. People are drawn to them, but behind that charm is calculation. They build alliances, gather information, and manipulate quietly. Why they're so dangerous. A dark empath is the ultimate emotional predator because their tactics are invisible. While overt manipulators trigger resistance, the dark empath disarms you with emotional connection. They don't trigger your defenses. They bypass them entirely. They make you feel safe, seen, and validated until you're no longer questioning their intentions. By the time you realize it, you've already given them power over your emotions, decisions, and even your identity. Their danger lies in how normal they seem. You may question your sanity before you question their intentions. The psychology behind their power. So why do dark empaths act this way? According to studies, many dark empaths have high emotional intelligence, low agreeableness, strong need for power or influence, insecure attachment styles. They often grew up in environments where manipulation was normalized or necessary to survive. Over time, empathy became a tool, not a virtue. Some even believe they're helping people, just in their own strategic way. But at the core, it's about control. Real-life examples you've probably seen. Think about characters like Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones, Joe Goldberg from You, Tom Ripley from The Talented Mr. Ripley. These characters don't dominate with force, they manipulate with emotional intelligence. In real life, dark empaths often rise in workplaces, relationships, and leadership because they appear socially skilled and emotionally tuned in. A dark empath could be your boss, your friend, your romantic partner, even a family member. How to protect yourself. Now that you know the signs, how do you defend yourself? 1. Dark empaths say what you want to hear. Don't be seduced by words. Observe their patterns. Do their actions match their empathy? 2. They hate boundaries. They'll guilt trip, sulk, or play the victim. Stand firm. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. 3. If you constantly feel guilty around someone for no clear reason, pause. That's a sign you're being emotionally manipulated. 4. Dark empaths extract your vulnerabilities early. Keep your emotional cards close until you can trust someone's character. 5. Keep friends, family, or a mentor in your life who can provide an outside perspective. Isolation makes you easier to control. 6. The more you understand manipulation tactics, the harder you are to control. Knowledge is your best defense. The Empath Trap. When you're the target. Here's the brutal truth. If you're an empath yourself, you're their ideal prey. You're compassionate. You give second chances. You want to help. But a dark empath doesn't want help. They want control. They'll exploit your empathy until you're drained. If you're an empath, learn to set boundaries without guilt. Learn to spot emotional manipulation, even when it's dressed in kindness. And understand that protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. Now you face a choice. You can forget this video. Keep trusting every kind word and every charming stranger. Risk giving your power to someone who knows exactly how to take it. Or you can become alert, aware, unshakable. You can train your eyes to spot the emotional con artist in 5 seconds and shut down their game before it even begins. So, which path will you choose? If you're serious about mastering human behavior, manipulation tactics, and psychological power, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button. Dive deeper into the world of dark psychology with us, and comment below. Stay dangerous, stay strategic. See you in the next one.